It is a sacred legal principle in America that you're innocent until proven guilty. The presumption of innocence has saved many from the injustice of false accusations and repercussions of crimes they did not commit. But the administrative review system in place at the Arizona Department of Child Safety has wrongly landed an innocent man on the Arizona Central Registry of Child Abusers. The primary problem is that these state agencies can reverse the decisions of an independent administrative law judge and instead act as prosecutors, judge, and jury.
I've been working with high-at-risk youth for probably almost 3 decades. I've been teaching 21 years. I've been coaching since 2012. Making a difference is what I've been about.
Philip B. worked as a group home manager in charge of 3 teenage boys. On a Saturday, the boys were doing chores when one of the kids got angry, started kicking chairs, cursing, throwing furniture around. That's when Mr. B placed his hand on the child's shoulder to try to calm him down.
Not to harm or hurt, but more of, hey, it's gonna be all right. At this time, I called for the second staff. We were both talking to him, trying to de-escalate the situation.
Nothing dramatic happened in that event. In fact, his conduct was admirable. But a few weeks later, one of the other teenage boys who lived in the group home at the time reported a slew of false accusations, including that Mr. B had put an elbow on the young man's throat, yelled in his face, and grabbed him by the neck.
None of that happened. No, not at all. I went to administrative hearing court, and the legal system at that time ruled that I had not done anything wrong.
After a 2-day trial, the judge exonerated Philip B. of all charges against him.
I had a witness, a staff member who was there, who watched it, and he testified in court.
But the DCS director at the time, Gregory McKay, ignored all of that eyewitness testimony. Instead, he chose to rely only on a report that one of his employees had created. And based on that, he placed Philip B.'s name on the Arizona Central Registry of Child Abusers for 25 years. That is unconstitutional.
I have my bachelor's in criminal justice. I respect the rights of others, the judicial system, but I didn't feel due process was done here. Everything that I've worked for is at stake right now.
Philip B.'s case is one example of a larger problem at DCS and at state agencies across Arizona. A penalty as severe as this should be decided by a court of law. The New Civil Liberties Alliance is fighting this case because every American has the right to a full and fair hearing. That is not what happened in this case. We need to right that wrong.